Hey there, happy day 16 of our 30 plus day Get Up and Go challenge for February 2021 and a little bit into March. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. We just finished our first run through the SOAP framework, and I use an example of relationships. Remember, we have the 7 key areas of our life: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationship, and contribution. We did relationship first. So I ran through my relationship with my living situation, my family, and my brand new granddaughter. Hopefully you ran through it with a relationship of your own. Normally, I take a day in between running through the SOAP framework, but I'm going to jump right into the next category, and I'm going to go ahead and pick physical for personal reasons and for other reasons as well. But to keep moving forward, if you have any questions or if you're uncomfortable with the framework so far, that's why I want to jump into another one and another example. I think if we go through 3 examples, we'll do relationships, physical, and then we'll do financial example. If we do those 3 big ones a day at a time for each part of the framework, and I'll give you a tool for the S. I'll give you 3 different tools for the S, 3 different tools for the O, 3 different tools for the A, 3 different tools for the P, and then we'll probably take a day break, and we'll answer any questions, and we'll dive deep into the things that we're learning, what's working, what's not. And then we'll go through the rest of the areas and aspects of our life all in one day. We'll do the whole SOAP framework in one lesson, one day, for the mental, emotional, spiritual, and contribution. Because those areas seem to be the ones that we pay the least attention to, and they don't really fall into place until we have physical relationships and physical relationships and financial. Until we have those areas handled in our life, it's like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Until we have the safety and security and the core foundation, the basic foundation of our needs met, we don't worry about those other higher order needs. And to me, contribution and spiritual is a higher order need, and we don't address those, and even though they're all intertwined and interconnected, until we've got the other ones in place. So today, let's hop right into our physical well-being, our physical health. And what's the first letter of our SOAP framework? Is, of course, the S in our SOAP framework. That is our story or our situation, the current story we're telling, as well as the desired story, what we want our story or our situation to be. I like to use the word story and situation interchangeably because for some of us, some people are more artistic, not me, I guess. Some people are more artistic and more, ethereal or more spiritual, and story fits better to them. Other people are more pragmatic and nerdy engineers like me, and we think, hey, let's just describe the situation as it is. Let's get real with ourselves and describe the situation. Well, there's a different feel to describing a situation and telling a story. And so whichever fits or whichever works for you, I'm going to use the terms interchangeably throughout the challenge, and I do throughout my life as well. So what is our tool today to get at the bottom of our current physical situation, our current physical story? I like to use a journalistic tool that I learned a long, long time ago, and very few journalists use today, but I learned it when I was back in high school, and I was the editor of our newspaper. It's the who, what, where, when, why, and how. Asking questions. Well, you can use that framework to get at the information, to get at the story, the situation, the current facts. And remember, a lot of this is always subjective. Everything in life is subjective based on our personal filters. But we do the best we can to describe it. So what we're going to do today is we are going to consider our physical being, our health, our how we are physically, our energy, our weight, our exercise, our nutrition, our diet, anything that falls under our physical well-being, our health, I guess, our physical actual health. Are we sick? Are we allergic to things? Do we have a tendency to fall prey to a lot of illnesses? With COVID-19, this is a huge area of concern for a lot of people. So what we do, and I already did it, I did it in my notebook already, is I just make a little table where I label the who, what, where, when, why, and how. And then I write current situation, desired situation. You can do it on the top, you can do it on the bottom. You can do it however works for you. That's the beauty of these tools, is to take the tools and make them your own. And so I just answered those questions. Well, what's my current situation in this area? And then what do I want it to be? What's my desired state? And I make a little table, and that makes it really easy. So what are some of my answers? Well, who, of course, is you. Who is me, right? It's me, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom. That's who the who is. And it's the who right now, and it's the who, my desired who as well, right? Well, what's my physical condition like? Well, since COVID, my weight has gone up, my stress level's gone up, especially since my granddaughter went back to school. My energy has gone down. I need a magnifying glass. My energy has gone down. My habits in December and January had a little slippage. So I've been working on my physical well-being for well over a decade, since my sudden cardiac arrest. But like anything else, we ebb and flow with what works for us and what doesn't. Some habits really stick, and they stick no matter what. There are some things I do no matter what. Come hell or high water, I'm doing them. And there's other things that I'll give myself a pass on, and I'll let myself slip on. Well, I let myself and gave myself permission to slip on a few more things in December, even though I was doing the challenge, and January that I normally don't. So I want to get back to not slipping on those things. Right now, I'm going to start focusing on this and going through the SOAP framework right now. Why? Because I'm going to ask myself, and I'm not going to do this right now because it'll take me a couple of minutes, or if I do it in my head, I can do it really fast, but if I have to explain it out loud, it'll take a while. I am going to, I'm writing myself, I forgot to do the how. I am going to ask myself, earlier in this challenge, we did the 7 whys. I'm going to do 7 whys of what is. Why is my current situation the way it is? And that's just to give me personal insight into why I've let those habits slip, why I'm gaining weight, why I think it is, or why my ego thinks it is. I'm not sure until I ask myself 7 layers deep, why is this going on? I think I know the answer, but I want to actually do the exercise to find out. And I'm going to do the same thing for my desired state, but I'm going to ask myself a different why question. Why do I want the desired state? What's in it for me to get that desired state? Why do I want to do it? And I'm going to ask that 7 layers deep too, to see if I have any new learnings and lessons learned. So I like to take the tools that we learned earlier in the challenge and actually use them for later steps in the challenge as I'm applying the SOAP framework to my life. So that is just a quick framework of what I'm going to do. Our action, I want you to do this today. I want you to take your physical being, or if you want to do a different area, you can. It's up to you. It's your challenge. But I'm going to do physical. So take something in your physical being. Maybe you want to just say, I want to think about exercise for this one. I haven't been exercising enough. Now it's 10 below or 20 below or 24 below and 11 below. We've had 10 days of just a huge cold stretch. So I'm not getting outside and getting enough fresh air at all. But I'm not going to address that because I can't control the weather. I'm going to do, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. That'll come up with our options. But I want to describe the current situation. So you can pick a detailed item, like maybe your weight, and just do the who, what, where, when, why, and how for that. Or you can do like me, hey, I'm just going to kind of look at the whole picture so I can see what's the most important thing, an area of my life or health to focus on right now. Maybe you'll find, like I did in an earlier challenge, I wasn't drinking enough water. I had fallen back into the caffeine and coffee habit, and I was drinking about 6-8 cups of coffee a day, but that meant I wasn't drinking my 4 big bottles of water a day, and that was having an impact on my life. Well, I took care of that the last challenge, so I don't need to focus on water this time. I can look at something else. So I don't know what that's going to be yet. I'll let you know tomorrow. Our action item, just share in the comments below a sentence about either what your current state is, your desired state, or one of each. Up to you. Sometimes I ask for both, sometimes I ask for one. I say one or the other or both, entirely up to you. Questions? Hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, just go do this. I did this morning in about 1 minute. Drew up the little framework, decided that's how I was going to do it, and just said who, what, where, when, why, and how. It's my current situation. Now, do I need to spend a minute or two on the, oh, I didn't tell you the how. I wrote down the how because I forgot to write down the how, and here I forgot to tell you. My how is I'm going to apply the SOAP framework to my current situation, and then I'm going to implement whatever I learn from the SOAP framework to create an ongoing guarantee that I will achieve my desired outcome. All right, that's it. Have an amazing day. I'll be with you tomorrow. Bye.